The Road to the CFR is presented by the Edmonton Destination Marketing Hotels, Northlands, the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, and iLink Media Group in partnership with Travel Alberta.
You heard it here first. Western GMC Buick is Alberta's #1 GMC dealer. No one sells more GMCs than Western. Visit us today at the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road in Edmonton and find out why.
Well, we're back with more great rodeo action as we get ready in the steer wrestling, by the way. And, of course, we're talking about our sponsorship board in the steer wrestling. And it's brought to us by Western GMC Buick. All right, now we talk a little bit about the Bulldog, and then look at what Hunter Cure has done. He, too, has that $10,000 lead. Hunter Cure atop the board. Then Morgan Grant. Morgan Grant, two-event guy, and he has been on fire the last couple of performances. Clayton Moore, Justin Miller, our Rookie of the Year. Harley Cole is also in pursuit right there. So there's the top five. And there's a few other guys that aren't out of this thing right now, but Hunter Cure with a big, big performance last night at 3-3.
And that paid him just about $11,500. You can see that he has $38,001 already. So it is not a day for anyone to be complacent coming into this round of rodeo. Anybody can win this round today. Anyone is very capable of jumping out and taking the lead. These are the best cowboys in Canada, mounted on the best horses. We've got the best arena conditions. The stage is set for great rodeo day.
Well, and we talked about Harley Cole, and, you know, Harley Cole, who's going to be the first man today, he just had a sensational second half to his season. You look at about the middle of July, he was back in about 20th place in the standings. He just started to light it up, first of all, by winning Morris, Manitoba, for the second time in a row. He loves that rodeo out there, as do I, and he got the job done there. And then he just kind of kept it going from that point on, wound up coming to these finals. So Harley's going to ride into the box right now. Of course, the man on the other side, the Hazer. Keep that job running, keep the job of keeping that steer running straight. Allow that contestant the opportunity to get down on the steer's back, twist him to the ground, all 4 feet pointed the same way. That's what Harley Cole would like to do, and he'd like to do it quickly.
We probably don't score or mark or credit the Hazers with enough of what they do inside the rodeo arena. The idea is to squeeze that steer between the horses. Don't give the steer anywhere to go. Get him rated, get down inside, get a hold of the horns like this, and bring that steer around. That's a good run. That steer had his head tipped. We're talking about 4.4, 4.4. Now we'll watch it on the replay if we have the opportunity as the cowboy gets down on the steer. We want to watch that inside horn. Now that steer is going to take that horn and tip it a little bit right there. There, cowboy did well. Bring him around. No pressure for the rookie right there. That looks good.
That looked very good. And speaking of rookies, how about the Rookie of the Year, Justin Miller of Neepawa, Manitoba? Now, he was sensational opening night, a 3-9 for a third. Picked up a fourth in last night's round, but the bad news is round number 2, where he had that no time and might prove to be costly. Won over $8,000. Needs to do it kind of in the go rounds now because he's perhaps out of that aggregate depending on what happens with the other guys. But I have really enjoyed watching this guy over the course of the 2013 season, Doug.
This is a guy that's going to be a Canadian and world champion. That's my prediction. He would like to have that one steer back, but watch it. He'll get down very early, down along the side of the horse. Now watch this. Can we come around? Yep, sir. Look at that. 3.6. Now let's check the barrier. Let's make sure we're all right. We've got to give the steers a head start. I think we're good. We're clean. Hazer sets him up just right. Nice job.
Well, we talk about the luck of the draw in the timed events, and of course you want to get that good steer that gets out of there quick enough that you're not going to break the barrier and then allows itself to be twisted down along the way. That was a pretty darn good draw right there, and the cowboy handled it very, very well. Cody Cassidy is going to be our next man to go. Here is our season leader, a 3-time Canadian title holder. And so far, only the one check back in round number 2 picked up 4th place, 4.1. So let's see if Cody Cassidy can start to make that coveted the move that we come to expect from Cody Cassidy as he gets ready right there. That's okay. Cody Cassidy from the great Cassidy family is in at 4 flat and is moving into second spot courtesy of that run right there.
He just keeps doing what he needs to do. That's holding him solidly in the aggregate. Cowboy did well along the side of the steer today. He's out a little bit further. That steer ran a little bit harder, but a great slide with the steer. Nice finished. Used the steer's momentum to his advantage. He's taking a look at the replay on it right now. He wanted to be quicker, but we'll take that today. 4 seconds flat, 4 flat.
Well, Todd Woodward's going to ride in right now, and if a basketball game breaks out, I want him on my team. I take him and Al Bouchard, and you can have anybody else you want. I'll tell you something right now. That's a big dude right there, 6'5", and awfully, awfully talented 2007 Canadian champion. Let's watch Todd get out right now. Missed the Canadian Finals rodeo last year. He's back and in control right there. Todd Woodward getting things done in a 4 and 7. Chased that one maybe a little bit longer than some of the other guys did, but handled it very, very well once he got there. Let's watch it right here. Watch the strength, that upper body. Get that left elbow to the nose, and boom, it's over. Nice job, Todd Woodward.
He was a little late getting started behind that steer, but I think that he'll take that run right there. Horse compensated for that, got him up there in a hurry. Here's a very athletic cowboy that is very exciting. Any time he backs on in there, this guy lets it hang every time. This is Straws Milan. He's from Cochrane. He's won the Calgary Stampede. We're looking at Jesse down in there, Canadian champion. Steer wrestling horse underneath him. This guy is big and he is so athletic. He is a fluid mover, and when he gets on the ground beside these steers, look out. Straws is watching the steer now. We need that steer to stand squarely. We've got him on out. Jesse will get you there in a hurry. This is where he is so good. Look out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a battle from here on out. We need to stay in the aggregate. Hang on, Straws. Oh, boy. We got to finish that one off. Oh, no. 12 and 7. Good Lord.
You know, in a few weeks, he's heading off to Las Vegas, Nevada to represent Canada as our only competitor. But, you know, bad rodeo luck the last couple of times. Last night broke a barrier by just a hair, and then this time just kind of missed the nose a little bit, and that steer almost eluded his grasp. Hung in there, however. Got it done in
12 and 7.
12 and 7. Tough break right there for a great cowboy. 12 and 7 for Straws. Clayton Moore's getting ready. Clayton started his week off very, very well, winning the opening round. Picked up a 5th in last night. He's won over $12,000 right now, and he is in contention. Back in about 3rd spot overall at $27,000, just under $28,000. Needs to make a move here if he wants to win a Canadian title, and that's what he's got in mind. Clayton Moore, very, very nice. That's the second of the 3 and 6s on the day.
Did he get a good start?
Oh, man, wow. I'll tell you, did he ever. And 3 and 6 for Clayton Moore puts him atop the leaderboard along with Justin Miller, Rookie of the Year, and those two guys splitting 1-2 right now.
That was his own horse, Pistol, that he was riding right there, and Pistol has a great burst of speed, got him there in a hurry. We're looking at Dusty Walker. First time to the Canadian Finals rodeo. He is from Saskatchewan, from Vanscoy, Saskatchewan. A cowboy that can ride broncs. He can head steers in the team roping too, and he's an exceptional bulldogger. He has not struck here for any money yet at the Canadian Finals rodeo, so watch out. Running steer, now make the slide. Oh boy, oh boy. It continues for Dusty Walker, 5 and 3, 5 and 3.
Just a little bit out of shape, out of position on the ground. Made the job of getting that steer twisted down just a little bit more difficult than we wanted it to be. As you see right here, he's going to be a little back from the head and the nose of that steer right there and has to kind of reach for it. Got him down, however, hung in there. All right, let's get ready now. Tanner Milan, our defending Canadian champion, going to ride into position right now. Tanner, of course, got things going last night with his own 3 and 6 to win second in the round. That picked him up $8,000 plus. That's where he sits right now. The paychecks, if you hit the pay window here at the Canadian Finals rodeo, it's like a slot machine. $11,500 for first, over $8,000 for second, over $5,000 for third. Let's see what Tanner can do right here, as he too would like to keep his championship aspirations alive and needs this one. Reaching to the nose. Boom! Oh, man, a little hesitation on the way down from that steer. Was a 4.1. That's solid. But you know what? He could have been 3.5. He could have been our leader right now. 4 and 1 for Tanner Milan.
Once again, he was using Jesse that time. He took him out there in a hurry. Steer was a little slow to take the throw, almost over-rotated. But we got him down. We need all 4 feet on the steer visible to our field flag judge, and the steer laying flat before they drop the flag. Hunter Cure, Holiday, Texas. This is our leader to date. Last night's 3-3 earned him just a little over $11,400.
bringing his total earnings to over $20,000, and that's what's vaulted him to the lead and $10,000 clear. He's also very, very solid in our aggregate, by the way. 11.4 his total time on 3 heads, so he is very much in the driver's seat right now, depending on what happens over the second half of this Canadian Finals.
And I think he's on pistol this afternoon. Clayton Moore's horse. We'll get a look at him here in a moment as he's backing him on in. There we go. Get the horse set in the corner. Remember to leave that barrier. You get 10 seconds in penalties if you break it. He was very close to it. He might have broke it. There, we got the steer down. 4 and 2, 4 and 2. The word is we're clean at the barrier. That's all right. 4 and 2. That'll hold him in the aggregate.
Yes, it will. That's exactly. That was kind of what you call a businessman's run right there. He might not have won the round, but he kind of protected where his position was in terms of our leaderboard, especially with that aggregate, which, as we've commented on, pays exactly like a go-round. So let's get ready now for Morgan Grant. It has been a big-time story of Morgan Grant at these finals. He's had back-to-back thirds here in this event. Of course, he's a great tie-down roper as well. Could we be talking Triple Crown? Could we be talking tie-down roping, steer wrestling, and high-point champion? It could happen. This guy is that good.
One thing's for sure, we're talking a very busy cowboy. We're talking a very talented cowboy and a great steer wrestling horse. This is his own horse. Look at that horse run up through there. Come on, Morgan, bring him around. Whoa.
Doggone steer.
It's not there yet. Oh, man.
Took a long time to kick that one leg out of there, and as a result, he was in at 5 and 3. Longer than, check me, 5 flat. That's a little bit better, but still not where maybe Morgan Grant wanted to be. Nevertheless, he still protects his spot in terms of that aggregate. He was 14 and 6 on 3, so he's going to be 19 and 6 on 4 head right now in our aggregate.
The cowboy had a great slide that time along the side of that steer. He did it very well. Here comes a world champion, 2-time world champion, multi-time Canadian champion. We watched him today during our opening ceremonies. So we've got a world champion horse, world champion cowboy. We should be looking at a world champion time. This cowboy is cool. Outside, come on, Jesse, come on, Lee. Out there, watch. Bring him around. We're a little further down the pen, but great throw. 4 and 3, 4 and 3. All right.
Well, the one guy who has not been a factor to this point in time in our steer wrestling or our all-around standings, where he came in here as the leader, is Travis Rie of Mayerthorpe. So he really needs to get it going right now. No money won thus far. Hasn't been able to move up and protect that number 1 spot in terms of the all-around standings. And that's something that he very desperately wants to win. He really needs to get it going right here today. Has there been a particular problem for Travis? What's going on with this guy? Because he's too good to not have won any money.
He's got a different horse today, and that might make the difference. We see a lot of cowboys and cowgirls do that. If you've had problems, you switch things up. Don't stay with what's not been working. Let's see if this is going to be better for him today. He's been riding his own horse. He's back on this different steer wrestling horse today. Let's go outside. Horse runs up through there pretty well. Good job, Trav. Yeah. Oh, boy. Good deal. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. I think we've got a couple of cowboys at a winning position today. Justin Miller and Clayton Moore. We're looking at Trav's rerun. Look at here.
Well, again, just had to maybe chase that steer a little bit longer than he wanted to, and it's just been that kind of a frustrating week so far for Travis Rie. We'll see if he can turn it around on Saturday night. But we're talking about a couple of guys with 3 and 6 times. Clayton Moore and Justin Miller are going to take that victory lap together. Oh, man, they were fast today. Anytime you can be 3 and 6 at the Canadian Finals Rodeo, you're going to win yourself a bunch of money, and those two guys did just that. Nicely done by 2 very, very good cowboys.
One from British Columbia, one from Manitoba. We're spreading it across Canada, David.
That's a nice way to do it. And it was all brought to us by our good friends from Western GMC Buick.